it makes it good for them to know that I'm out there because everybody wants to impress and show me that power, what they can do. So every time I'm there, it's always a great fight. So we always come to the Dana White Contender Series, and it's been fun. And every moment in the second of being in the arena has been fun.
October 15th.
You run into Francis Ngannou at all?
Yeah, for sure. He's been in this area, in this gym before. Me and him training together. So yeah. So all love and respect.
Future exhibitions, maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Who knows? You know what I mean? The future is bright. You know, October the 15th. Right now, what we're focused on most. Hey man, a lot of things is in the works, is in the, for the future. So hey, the champ back, baby.
Obviously, October 15th is a big deal. It's the return. We're excited. Robert Helenius, big, dangerous. But there's also a lot of talk where Fury, Joshua, and now Usyk says he'll fight you if that fight happens. Have you heard about all that? What do you think?
Yeah, I have. But you know, I'm focused on October the 15th. You know what I mean? A lot of things can stir you in the wrong direction or break your focus and concentration. So, you know, I let my trainers, manager, and you know, and all those people that's involved in boxing, I let those handle that part of things, and I just stay focused. You know, I got a lot of things going on. I wear many hats, not only inside of the ring but outside of the ring. So my mind is filled with so many different things, opportunities, ideas. You know what I mean? So I got to stay functioning. I let those handle that. So when the time comes, we'll handle all things.
Do you miss Martin? How happy are you to be back?
I'm happy. Like I've always been telling people, I'm happy and I'm at peace. So I'm soaking in my happiness and my peace. So with that being said, you know, it's every day is an enjoyment. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person that look at every day as a blessing. Because we're alive and well. You know, the inevitable chases us every day, and each and every one of us escape because we're here today. One day it's gonna find us, and when it does, can you be the one to say, I've done everything that I wanted in this world, or I provided my service to my greatness? Because we all have greatness in us, for it's only determined by service.
As a fan, I'm happy to see you back.
Yeah, man, blessings.
Are you excited to go back to the Barclays Center? Because, you know, you've had some of the best knockouts there, and you've been in for a while.
Yeah, the Barclays Center is my baby, you know what I mean? That's like my second home, you know, and we've had many conversations, you know, about going back to the Barclays Center, and you know, the people that run the Barclays Center, you know, we have many conversations of coming back there, and I think it's the perfect time and perfect place for the situation, and I'm looking forward to going back out in Brooklyn where I have my most exciting knockouts, my most dramatic and most electrifying times and most memorable moments, you know what I mean? So Barclays Center at Brooklyn, here we come, baby.
Can you pick a most memorable moment from Barclays of your KOs?
My most memorable moment, and I always think about this, even when they talk about knockouts, what's the best knockout I've had, and it still lingers to the Arthur Spuka knockout, you know, and when I hear him, I thought I took his life, you know, and that was the most scariest thing of all. Like seeing the guy, you know, all good intention, good hype for the fight, want to serve his country, and you know, I always tell everyone that fighters, we risk our lives for others' entertainment, and there's no way around it, because when you stepping in that square ring, that is exactly what we're doing. You know, people look at this business and they want to put sport in front of it and think it's something pretty, it's something nice, and you're supposed to get along and all that. It's the total opposite. It's a monster. It's a business. And once we understand and wrap our mind around the business set of things instead of the sport of it, because it's not a sport, we understand that it's circumstances, it's consequences that come behind getting inside of the ring. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I always look out the my fellow fighters, you know what I mean, because I'm a fighter myself and I understand the certain things that goes on and deal with it. So that's my most memorable moment at the Barclays Center and time. I had a great time with him and the Polish fan, and I'm looking forward to making more memories there.
Having KO in the division business-wise, Deontay.
Say that again?
What's the biggest fight in the division business-wise, Deontay?
Right now?
Yeah.
Man, we got a lot of great fights out there. You know what I mean? It's a lot of great fights. You got, you know, they've been talking about the Usyk thing. Like I said, I'm not looking past anyone. They got the Ruiz fight, you know, that's gonna be huge as well. And you know, the Joshua's still, like, everybody's still out there, you know what I mean? So you know, when you have a exciting heavyweight champion, you know, everything else come back to life. You know, and the excitement, the people getting the interest back in it, the money goes up for all the fighters. You know, I had many fighters, man, come back, man, we need you back. You know what I mean? And so a lot of things go up. You know, only the future can tell what it holds. But I think the future is bright, and it holds a lot of things in store for boxing fans in general.
Back home, they giving you a lot of love. Do you planning to go back home and do one more?
Back home?
Back home, yeah, in Alabama.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Alabama is always showing me love. You know, I got the statue now. They made me a walking, living legend. Young, at the age of almost 37. So right there in the heart of Dixie. It means a lot to me. Every time I think about that, it's like a feeling that I can't describe. You know what I mean? I don't think my vocabulary is long enough to really describe the feelings that I felt to receive a statue. But I love home. I love the saying is no place like home, and I cherish that to my heart.
You gonna give him one more fight out there?
Maybe a couple of more fights, as long as I'm in it. I only want to be in maybe 3 years or so, and that's it. So we're gonna see what we can fit in during that time, places, location, different venues and stuff like that. Because once it's over for me.
Yeah, you know Usyk's gonna be at the fight. Did anyone tell you that?
I did. I heard Usyk's gonna be there, and I'll be looking forward to seeing him. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a great card overall, and why not come and see a good show? You know what I mean? So we're gonna welcome him with open arms, and I hope he take notes.
With Usyk coming, does that mean it doesn't necessarily have to be Ruiz next? It could be Usyk.
It could. I mean, y'all know the business of boxing. It's a business. You know what I mean? One thing can go one way, but then when they get down to the business part about it, things can speed up, or certain people can be skipped. That's just a part of the business. You know what I mean? And it can definitely go that way. After Robert, you know, it can definitely be, you know, Usyk. You know what I mean? So it's just a great feeling just to be back in the mix of things and have so many different options on the table, and but one step at a time.
With Robert though, does any part of you, coming back, well, after a year, anxious to have taken a shot in sparring or taking a shot on fight night, just to know everything there is still 100%?
Could you repeat that one more time?
With the Robert Helenius fight, is any part of you actually anxious to take a punch, whether it's sparring or in the fight, just to know everything's still 100%?
I mean, it's still not really anxious. I'm getting a lot in training. You know, I'm getting a lot in sparring now and different things like that. So, I mean, it's not my first rodeo. So, I'm used to a lot of things, especially at the big stage. So, it's not really an overwhelming feeling or something that I'm anxious. I'm happy to be back, and I'm gonna give 110%, just like I've always given. And look forward to seeing everyone there, and the fans been on the edge of their seat when I fight. So,
knowing you have some familiarity with Helenius, what do you expect from him?
I expect a warrior. I mean, he's just like you got a warrior heart. And I always tell people the mind doesn't control the body. Your heart controls the body. Because how many times have you done things, ran or done an obstacle that got too hard for you or became too long, and your mind said, I gotta quit. I can't do it no more. I gotta give up. The mind will tell you these things. The mind will even tell you, you great, but some other people's opinion would affect how you feel about yourself, and it'll affect your work. But with your heart, your walk will tell you you'll die for this. Your heart will tell you can't stop now. You got people that depend on you. You got children you gotta feed. You know what I mean? So the mind doesn't run the body. It's the heart. That's why I always tell people, follow your heart.
Deontay, after your second fight with Tyson Fury, you said that he cheated. Do you still feel that way after the second fight?
I go with that to my grave.
And can you be more specific? What he?
I've said enough on that. You know what I mean? And what I've said, I'm at peace with, and I'm happy. So I'll go to my grave for what I know to be, and we're gonna keep it as that.
Which strategy do you think was greater for the sport? You and Tyson or Canelo Golovkin?
It's always gonna be the heavyweights. You know what I mean? The saying is, once the heavyweight dies, so does boxing. I believe in that.
And coming off the trilogy against Tyson Fury, what will it mean to you to become a two-time champion of the world?
I mean, that means a lot. I mean, that's what I'm here for. Part of the reason that I'm here for, you know, also, you know, to see what type of hardware you can you can gain along the way. You know what I mean? Becoming champion, all the other belts I never had. So it'll be good to hold the rest of the belts as well, too, to be a role model, to motivate, to inspire. A lot of people love to see how you get back up and do things. You know, people get tired of seeing a winner all the time until they want to see how do you get back up. Because in life, where we live in, majority of the time, things are not peach and cream for us, and we have to build our way up in a cruel world to get to the top. And it's never easy getting to the top, you know what I mean? So people don't know what it feels like to get to the top. You know, some people will work their ass off every day and never reach the top, you know what I mean? That's just the way the world is we have to deal with the card that's been dealt to us, I would say. But once you reach that and you've obtained that and you've felt that and you've made adjustments in your life and you've invested your money well to the point you don't even need the business no more, it's a great feeling. So anything that I get from this stage or this ring moving forward, it's a plus for me.
Deontay, what's your thoughts on the whole YouTube boxing thing? I know that you take boxing very serious and you talk about how people can lose their lives.
Yeah.
A lot of people have made, you know, a big come up, you know, like the Jake Paul.
Yeah, the exhibitions. I mean, I you know, I got 2 point of views on it. You know what I mean? I hear certain fighters, you know, I hear a lot of fighters, you know, don't agree with certain things that you know, any exhibition I've done, because I think they see the fans and they see the money that's been generated from it, and in the business it's not like that. That's a fairy tale, you know what I mean? That's a selling a dream, you know what I mean? In the business is way harder. It takes more than just, you know, find somebody and, you know, having a big fan base and people coming out, you know, and a lot of fighters that don't have the financial gain or the popularity from it, they have a problem with it because they really have to go through the mud. They really have to go through the grind of the business, you know, the different things that it takes to get to the top, you know what I mean? And it takes years. Sometimes a lifetime to get. I know fighters that have been fighting several years and never got an opportunity to fight for a title, or never been a contender, and then they see other guys that's you know, that's got into the sport and they gain popularity, they gain money from it. It's like it seemed easier for them than for them. So I can see on their side, but then on the other side of the successful side, when you sit back and you don't, you know, you your own man, you got your own thing going on, you success, and it seems like, you know, hey, if it makes money, it makes sense, continue to do what y'all guys do, you know what I mean? Don't worry about the hate or the negativity, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm like what Dana White said, records is for DJs. You know, I mean, nobody really care about records and different things like that unless, you know, you're around certain people and that's what they want to, you know, people think you got to have a great record to be successful. You don't. Look at the UFC. They built something from $2 million to a $4 billion industry off of non-record fighters. That right there is the proof in the pudding right there. It tells you the blueprint or everything. Records for DJs. Because if a fight break out outside and people in the restaurant, hey, yo, they fighting. Everybody coming outside. We don't know who's fighting or what the skill level is. We just want to see a good scrap. And that's usually how it is. You know what I mean? But I tell all the fighters, man, y'all keep doing your thing. Keep your head up. Invest your money well, to the point you'll get in a situation where you won't need the business will need you, and you'll see a different light.
Hey, we are product of second opportunities, right? If Usyk put that second opportunity on you, you got the chance to change the history.
For sure. I've thought about that just for a little bit. You know, I mean, I took myself aside of training for October the 15th against Robert, and thought about those different things, and I mean, it'll be something. You know what I mean? I need somebody to bless me with an opportunity. I've blessed so many fighters. with opportunities and ways to feed their family, and I see that as well. So we'll see what happens. I think it'll definitely turn the division upside down, and it's nothing like the heavyweight division. So God bless it. Oh, most definitely. I believe in that. I think Usyk is an honorable guy. I think that if he says something, that he's gonna be a man of his word, and I hold him to everything he say.
Last question, guys. There's a big heavyweight fight in a couple of days in London. Will you be watching?
Who you got? Joe Joyce and Parker. And I'm gonna try to tune in to that. If it's they fighting over there, right?
Yes, they're fighting in London.
I got to see what time it's gonna be over here and stuff. Because I gotta get my rest and my sleep, man. It's very important.
It'll be in the afternoon.
I'll give you a wake up if you want.
There you go. So I'm pretty sure I'll watch it and see and tune in to the heavyweights and see what's going on.
I'm not sure anyone's ever brought this up to you, Deontay, but I feel like you're the person that reinvigorated the heavyweight division from maybe like 5 years ago because of the knockouts you had.
Yeah.
A lot of reason why there's so much spotlight now in the heavyweight division is because you kind of started the excitement back. Just kind of want to reflect with you on that, and if you're in agreement with that, or if anyone's ever told you that.
Yeah, I'm in a 1,000% agreement because I hear it all the time. Everywhere I go, you know what I mean, I hear so many stories about people that wasn't following boxing, but they do now because of, you know, my story, because of the knockouts. The knockouts have brought a lot of excitement, a lot of interest, you know what I mean, to the sport, a lot of money as well. And I you know, many years while I was in it, you know, people would be detoured or think otherwise, but me, I knew that the excitement came from me doing the knockouts and stuff, because when you get dressed, that's what you want to see. You don't want to see a full 12-round scrap. You want to see knockouts because at the end of the day, most likely we got something else to do after the fight. And for me, I don't get paid for overtime. So knockouts bring excitement, the way you do it and the opponents that you do it with, all that brings interest and excitement to the sport, especially the heavyweight division. So I think I've done that single-handedly. And you know, so I'm looking forward to October the 15th to pursue and continue that run of the knockout king.